at the back, so we're very shortly going to be underway for the first action of the day here at Donington Park. Even it's the Toyo Tyres Toyota MR2 Championship. So Sean Trainer in the white car on the left-hand side of shot. It's the black car for Aaron Cook. The red lights are on. They go out now, and away we go. And it's a pretty even start between the two of them on the front row. But of course, it's Sean Trainer with the inside line. Paul Cook has made a good start from the second row as well. Darren Aldworth, who started fourth, I think he might have lost a little bit of ground. He's leaving the door open on the inside, certainly. No, he is going to hold on to fourth place, though. Paul Cook, though, might get to second. He might even get to the lead by the time they get to Hollywood. No, he doesn't. He's back down to third, and that's Daniel Sylvester, I think, going on the inside line through Redgate. We go on board, though, with Maxi Nichols right in the middle of this 30-car pack as they dive down through Hollywood and Craner curves towards the old hairpin for the first time.
Yeah, that's right, and it's Sean Trainer who's got to the old hairpin first, and in second is Aaron Cook. He managed to get back ahead of Paul Cook there, who made that good start. He dived down the inside into Redgate, but lost momentum on the exit of the corner, but he's still there in third, ahead of Darren Aldworth. Then Daniel Sylvester got fifth, but the champion there from last year, Aaron Cook, was out wide. There's Lee Brown going very sideways. He's just about saved that, but I want to see what's happened for second. Well, Aaron Cook's just held on to second. He was out wide, out of McLean's, but he just kept Paul Cook at bay. But this has all allowed Sean Trainer, race leader, to get away.
Yeah, so just over the crest there as they head now down towards the Fogarty S's, the left and right flick that takes them on to the Grand Prix loop. So there's Aaron Cook, number one, champion, number one on his car, in second place. Paul Cook there in third position. And there's Sean Trainer in the lead. Darren Aldworth still with them in fourth, and it looked like it was Daniel Sylvester, I think, in fifth position. But Neil Stratton up on the inside there, down into the Melbourne hairpin. So it looks like that has changed around again. Bit of a locking up of brakes as one or two of them head through Melbourne for the first time and now head back up towards the Goddard hairpin. Cook might lose out here, but he's going to have the inside line. He locks up. And yet nowhere really for the number 6 car to go. That has allowed Sylvester, who's got back through to fifth place, to close upon those two.
And that has allowed Aaron Cook to go back after the leader and to leave those Class B cars a little bit further back. The Mark IIs are Paul Cook and Darren Aldworth behind Daniel Sylvester, still battling away with Neil Stratton. We can ride on board with Alistair Topley, who runs in 11th position. He turns into Redgate, takes the wide line, carries the momentum, or tries to carry the momentum through Redgate, rattles over the curbs, and then he goes after number 69, which is Daniel Bryant. He's got a good run here through Hollywood. He gets closer and closer to the rear bumper of the car in front, but not really a place to get through the Craner curve. You can feel the car there just tried to break away through there, but he managed to hold on. There he is, 41, the onboard camera car of Alistair Topley. Someone in front though to run wide.
Yeah, dust is being kicked up by somebody. We'll try and figure out who that is, but I don't think too much damage has been done. Might have been Tom Mailings, as he's lost out to Peter Higdon there. He's gone into 7th place. Yeah, so he's just run wide a little bit there. There's the Luke Carter car, number 32, in 9th position. You can see on the timing tower, for those of you watching on the live stream, red is for the Mark IIs, blue is for the Mark III cars on the timing tower, as their cars head out of Coppice and then down the straight. And it's Paul Cook and Darren Aldworth side by side for third position. Paul Cook on the inside line for the Fogarty S's, and he manages to retain the position. He was under pressure there for third place. So the two Mark IIs with their two later engines having a big fight there, but for the lead it's spread out, hasn't it? Sean Trainer getting away here from Aaron Cook in second place. Then it's Paul Cook, Darren Aldworth together, Sylvester, and then Neil Stratton, and then about 5 cars all trying to be 7th.
Yeah, that's right. Some great battles, but not so much at the front, because Sean Trainer has had a good first couple of laps here. But here's that battle. Tom Mailings is losing more positions, and one car's gone around, which is number 12, I think.
That's Gary Patterson, former bike sports racer Gary Patterson. He's got going once again as there over the line go the leaders. It was 20th that Gary Patterson spun out of. Yeah, so he'll have lost some places, I should think. The lead for Sean Trainer now is now 1.67 seconds. Sean Trainer has done a 1:53.36, so he's already gone underneath Paul Cook's lap record from 3 years ago. Sideways there with 32, that was Luke Carter. He's lost some positions because he's down to 10th now. So it's all changed around. He's lost another place because just going past him there was Alistair Topley. And that's Richard Centre that's off, the software tester from Worcester. Daniel Bryant had a big off here at the Craner curves. He's across the grass. He's still
Cook's kind of trying to save it as he gets to the old hairpin. Eventually the car does spin away from him, but that was quite a hairy moment for Daniel Bryant. But he didn't collect anybody, and he's got back going, so that's all good.
Yeah, Danny Bryant, the 36-year-old mechanic, he's done some drifting before he got into circuit racing in that car that he prepares with himself, Jim Mew, and Adam Lockwood on the spanners for that one. There is the 84 car for Neil Stratton.
Done drifting in circuit racing as well as before it now, but glad to see nobody else got involved in that incident. 1.6 seconds then was the gap Trainer to Cook, so this is massively impressive from Sean Trainer, who just continues to pull away, it does seem. For third place there is Paul Cook, so he managed to shake off the attention of Darren Aldworth now for the Class B lead for the Mark II cars a little bit, but there's Trainer, who's using all the road there, way out over the curves, out of the Melbourne hairpin. Then Aaron Cook trying to give chase, but not particularly successful at this stage, Ian.
Nope, not at the moment. We'll have to look a bit further back for the action. That's Tom Mailings in between Pete Higton and Luke Carter, I think it is now, up into 9th position. That is the 86 car for Lee Brown, who had a moment ago. There's Maxine Nichols. She's going pretty well in 13th place overall, so she'll be pretty happy with that performance, I should think. She's just ahead there of the number 15 car of Gavin Aldworth, as there's the Richard Centre car being vacated at the Goddard hairpin.
Yeah, that's right. Peter Higton here, running in 7th place. He switched his Mazda MX-5 on Saturday to a Toyota MR2 on Monday, so he's got a busy Easter weekend, and he's up there ahead of Tom Mailings then in 8th, and Alistair Topley 9th, so he's gained, well, no positions. He dropped to 11th at one point, has gained 2 from then, but he's back where he started. And Graham Mailing, Alistair Topley, I should say, he's not really gaining the positions we kind of anticipated, although he might gain one in a moment. Yeah,
we're on board with him now, and he's right on the rear of Tom Mailings, who's there in 8th place as they head up to McLean's, over the curb on the inside and climbing the hill again towards Coppice. So in 9th place, it's number 41. Topley in the Rogue Motorsport prepared car is now going to get the car alongside Tom Mailings on the exit of Coppice corner. He's going to get alongside, his nose is now ahead, and now will try and pick up the tow from Pete Higton as well, who's in 7th place. So can Topley make up 2 places down the straight? No, I think it's only going to be the 1 as they now arrive at the Fogarty S's.
Yeah, it's a bit of a distraction because the middle of his steering wheel's fallen out, yes, which you might be able to see on the live stream pictures, but hopefully that's not going to be too much of a problem for him. He is gaining positions, like you said, he's gone past Mailings, now he's going to try and go past Peter Higton. They're both trying to chase Neil Stratton, but he's a few seconds up the road.
Well, Croft last weekend we had Chris Keir winning Clio races with the air vents having popped out into the cockpit of the car, didn't we? So I'm sure that Ali Topley can deal with that. So he's having a go around the outside of Pete Higton now, up into the Goddard hairpin, and they get very close indeed to one another. That 25 car, not very far off the edge of the road there either, is it? The Richard Centre Roadster. But here we go, and it looks like Topley's going to make up the place as they go over the line to start another lap. This is going to be lap 5 of the race, just about 7 minutes of it left to go, and Topley has indeed gone through to 7th place now, so he is steadily working his way up the order. He's got about 2.5 seconds to catch Neil Stratton though inside the top 6.
I thought that Tom Mailings there might have been able to follow him through, but that didn't quite work out. So that battle now is for 8th and 9th positions, but immediately Topley's pulled away. It'll be interesting to see how much pace he has. They cut a lot of the inside of the old hairpin there, don't they, those 2 Mark III Roadsters, as they clobber over the curbs. Meanwhile, the lead gap is coming down, 1.2 seconds. On the last lap, Aaron Cook was 3/10 quicker, so we'll have to monitor that as we head into this, the second half of this 15-minute race.
Quick run down on the order, it's 27, Sean Trainer that leads from number 1, Aaron Cook in 2nd place. In 3rd place is number 26, Paul Cook. 4th is number 6, Darren Aldworth. 5th is number 21, Daniel Sylvester. 6th is 84, Neil Stratton. Then it's 41, Ali Topley. 4, Pete Higton. 77, Tom Mailings. And 32, Luke Carter.
And 32, Luke Carter is catching the battle we were just watching there, Peter Higton versus Tom Mailings. There's Daniel Sylvester hopping over the curves. You can see the left-hand side of the car there was not attached to the tarmac as he hit the curbs hard. In front, Darren Aldworth and Paul Cook are still battling for Class B honours and the Mark II lead, and for 3rd overall. So that's a good battle between Paul Cook and between Darren Aldworth. They make their way up to the hairpin that completes the lap here at Donington. We saw these two lock up, didn't we, earlier on? That's not a problem now with everything up to temperature. And just in front of them, you could see the race leaders, and the gap goes back out between Traynor and Cook to 1.6 seconds.
It does indeed. So 5 minutes of the race to go. Battle going on in the background.
Yeah, Peter Higton's lost a couple of positions there. Tom Mailings has got through, and Luke Carter, who's I think one of the quickest drivers on the circuit now, has got himself into 9th position. He's lapping in the 54s, which is the same kind of pace as Paul Cook and Darren Aldworth are doing in that battle for third.
Yeah, absolutely right. And he goes a bit wide there at Redgate, just as we build him up. So he's now trying to find a way past Tom Mailings and up inside the top 8. So Luke Carter there in one of the Mark 2s from the 1990s. 77, Tom Mailings in one of the G&T Motorsport cars from the 2000s. Carter's going to have a nibble at him here as they go under Starkey's bridge and towards Schwantz Curve and McLean's, and Luke Carter's gone through, I think. He's going to be on the outside line though for McLean's. Can he hold the position up at the, well, halfway up the hill? Yes, he can. So Luke Carter has now gone up to 8th place. He's having a good drive here.
Yeah, that all began when Tom Mailings didn't quite get over the curbs on the inside of the old hairpin like the others are, and therefore was able to carry more speed. We ride on board here with Peter Higton, don't we, who's just behind them. So he accelerates down past what was the exhibition centre, up a gear, and then down towards the S's. Such an exciting part of the circuit. We go down one gear, then through the left, over the curb. So Mailings goes across the gravel, which is an uncommon sight here at Donington Park. And he didn't really lose anything from it, did he? So he obviously made a small mistake through the left-hander, but now into the hairpin, he was almost turned that into gaining the position. Didn't quite work out. There's a lot of grass cutting going on, isn't there? That was Luke Carter over the dust. It seems to be quite a common feature of this race.
The lead now is 3.6 seconds. Sean Traynor pulled out another 2 seconds on that lap, but that's because Alan Cook had a very slow lap, a 1:55.92. So Sean Traynor getting away in the lead of this race. 3.6 seconds now. It's Darren Aldworth up to 3rd place now in the number 6 car, ahead of 26 Paul Cook as well. So that has swapped around on that lap. So a change there too. So it's now number 6 Darren Aldworth 3rd, 26 Paul Cook down to 4th, but only a quarter of a second to choose between them, and side by side over the line a bit further back, trying to work out who that was. That was the Veer Aldridge and Andrew Ruthven battle.
And we just caught an eye there. Paul Cook back ahead of Darren Aldworth, I think. Yes, that's confirmed by the Alpha Live pictures. So Paul Cook is back into 3rd place. This is a good battle. Darren Aldworth seems to go well here at Donington Park, doesn't he? And he is again today. Remember when we were on the national track previously, he was battling in the lead pack. So Darren Aldworth going well on the Grand Prix circuit as well, and challenging Paul Cook as they turn their way through. Aldworth was 6th in the championship last year. Paul Cook was 4th, but there was in excess of 50 points between them. But here at Donington, they battle down towards the S's, and Darren Aldworth looks up the inside. Not an ideal place really to go by on the Grand Prix circuit through the chicane, and Aldworth therefore I think pays for that a little bit and runs out a little bit wide, and the gap to Paul Cook therefore is extended. I think we'll have one further lap to go at the end of this one.
Yeah, we will, as Cook and Aldworth around the Melbourne hairpin. The leaders are about 8 seconds clear, well the leader, Sean Traynor, about 8 seconds clear of this battle. Remember, he in turn was 3.6 seconds clear of Aaron Cook, the reigning champion a lap ago. Sean Traynor's just gone across the line now with 1:37 left to go, and Aaron Cook has done likewise, and the gap between them has gone out again to 3.97 seconds now. So I think the lead probably is sorted, and possibly 3rd and 4th as well, but 5th and 6th might not be, Josh.
Yeah, Neil Stratton going well here. He's one of those drivers you mentioned earlier, who moved from a Mark 1 to a Mark 3 in recent seasons, and he's right on terms with Daniel Sylvester. They turn their way through Redgate for the final time at this opening race of the day, the opening round of the championship for the Toyo tyres MR2s. Alistair Topley is 3 seconds behind them. He's going a bit quicker, but he's not making the inroads we thought he might do. Actually, he's being closed in by Luke Carter. There you can see how much road they use through the old hairpin on the inside and the outside of the corner. You have to be really committed to be able to take a line like that, but Sylvester, I think, has dealt with it okay. And The leaders go through Coppice Corner. Sean Traynor ahead of Aaron Cook hits third place. Paul Cook, as you suggested, he's got away from Darren Aldworth, so that also looks to spread out. It's not quite the race I think we were anticipating from the MR2 Championship.
It's not. It's been much more restrained, shall we say, so far for the opening race of the season for the Toyo Tyres Toyota MR2 Championship. Some decent action further down the top 10, but even that seems to have settled down now. Sylvester in 5th place in the number 21 car, the Yorkshire driver looking relatively comfortable from Neil Stratton, the man from High Peak. I'll say 5th year racing in the MR2 Championship. The time has counted down to 0, so next time that Sean Traynor comes over the line, he's going to take the checkered flag. But yeah, there's nothing really going to change in the top 6, I don't think. So just look to see if we can see Sean Traynor coming up to the line. Yep, here he is, out of the final corner. Checkered flag is made ready. And that has been a pretty straightforward win for Sean Traynor in the opening round of the Toyo Tyres Toyota MR2 Championship for 2022. That's not easy to say. In 2nd place, it is Aaron Cook. 3rd place is Paul Cook. 4th is Darren Aldworth in number 6. Daniel Sylvester is going to be 5th. And Neil Stratton 6th. With Ali Topley, he had a decent drive to come through to 7th in the end.
Yeah, because he was as far down as 11th at one point, wasn't he? And then Luke Carter, who impressed there with pace, he finished 8th. 9th goes away with Peter Higton, I think.
Tom Mayling? No, Peter Higton, you're right. Yeah, he's come through.
Tom Mayling must have had a moment on the last lap. Lee Brown for 11th, 12th for Daniel Bryant, 13th Veer Aldridge, 14th for Maxine Nichols. Completing the top 15 there was Gavin Aldworth. But a start there for the MR2 Championship went very well indeed for Sean Traynor. New lap record, like you said there, and lapping very successfully at the front there to pull away from Aaron Cook. And that perhaps wasn't necessarily expected.
No, it wasn't, not at all really. We're expecting sort of real ding-dong battle between the two of those, but obviously that's not how it transpired. So confirmation now on our official communication that, as we said, we just have the 2 races before lunch. We've had one of those. We'll have bike sports next before the lunch break, and then racing will get underway after lunch. In theory, it's around about 1:15, but we'll see if that's how things pan out. Let's have a look though at the results from the MR2 Championship race. First of all, though, as the drivers acknowledge the marshals on their slowing down lap. Sean Traynor, number 27, it was that took the win. He completed 8 laps in 15 minutes, 17.96 seconds. Second went to number 1, Aaron Cook. He was 3.2 seconds behind. Third was number 26, Paul Cook. He was 8 seconds behind the leaders. He won Class B as well. 4th to number 6, Darren Aldworth. 5th to number 21, Daniel Sylvester. 6th was 84, Neil Stratton. 7th, number 41, Ali Topley. 8th was 32, Luke Carter. Pete Higton was 9th in number 4. And Tom Maylings, after that mistake on the last lap, rounded out the top 10. Further back, Lee Brown, he was 11th. Danny Bryant was 12th. Maxine Nichols, good drive from her to take 14th position in the end. Andrew Strange there, number 51, he took 18th place. And final screen, and we do see some of the Mark 1s in there. 56, I think, was the best of those, which was Nathan Harrison in 22nd position overall. But you can see, I think, we just had a couple that didn't make it to the end, which was Richard Centre, whose car stopped at Garlars, and also Daniel Farmer in the number 16 car. 2 non-finishers then from that opening round of the Toyo Tyres Toyota MR2 Championship. So as I say, we've got one more race to come before the lunch break for you today, and that's going to be for the RLM Racing Bike Sports Championship, which I think will be the fastest racing that we see here this weekend. Then we will get into our lunch break and we'll resume racing with single-seater action at around about 1:15 with the 750 Motor Club Formula V Championship. We've also got the Carmel Porsche Trophy, that's a 40-minute race, and later on we've got the Tagiwa Club Enduros, which is a 125-minute race with a grid of in excess of 50 cars set to line up for that one. So lots to look forward to today here at Donington Park, with this coverage on the live stream brought to you by Alpha Live as well. Let's head down to the pit lane for the first time today and hear from Matt Suckling with our top 3.
Thank Thanks very much, Ian. Yep, down here with our race winner, Sean Trainer. Sean, many congratulations. First win of the year, first race of the year. That wasn't bad at all, was it?
No, good. The lads we've had a little bit of a play around over sort of a few weeks back, and I've never got to grips with the coilovers. Since coming out of the Mark II, I haven't got the grips of the coilovers. And we tried something a bit different at a track day about 3 weeks ago, and it's like it's on rails. It's a different car. It's just what I want. So big hats off to Lee and Phil. They just get the car ready every time. So I'm just out here to have fun. They're at home doing the hard work.
What's it like racing on the Grand Prix circuit as well? A bit of a change?
Well, it was a big change because I thought I was coming to the National. So
you realised that before you went round?
Yeah, before I turned right, I did, yeah. So
of course, you've got another race later to come, so you're probably looking to do more of the same, but there's some tough opposition this year.
Yeah, it's tough. Aaron was struggling with a bit of handling. I could see behind he was sort of losing it. And Cookie, he'll be there or thereabouts again. I think I'll race him with him in both races. So
yeah, stuff. Well done, Sean. Thank you very much indeed. Let's have a quick chat with Aaron as well. Aaron, of course, champion from last year. This year you're back again. Some more races to look forward to. Not a bad start there. Second place. You must be happy.
Yeah, not a bad start. I mean, Sean just scampered away there at the start. I made a few mistakes on the first couple of laps, so that was my fault. And then I think I just cooked the tyres trying to catch up. Halfway through, I knew I wasn't going to catch him, so I just sort of tried to back it down a little bit, make sure I get a second place, and later on we'll go for the win.
You've had a chance now to test it. You brought that gap down, as you said. It went back up, but you were kind of just testing things out before the later race, maybe.
Yeah, I was just not treating it as a test session. We was in second place. It's good points, but just keeping in contact with Sean just in case he made a mistake or had a problem. But yeah, I clawed the gap back midway through, and I was never going to claim the whole thing back. I'd probably end up chucking it off. So yeah, we calmed it down a little bit just to make the end second place, and we'll try again later.
The guys upstairs as well said it's quite tame so far, but that could all change, couldn't it?
Yeah, race one, normally we try and keep it clean in race one. Race two is a bit like a British touring car race 3, so we try and keep it a bit clean, but elbows out racing is good fun.
Good stuff. Well done, Aaron. Good luck for race number 2 a little bit later on. Let's have a quick chat with Paul as well, who wins his class and also gets on the podium. So well done, Paul. That was a good race.
Yeah, it's a hard race. Yeah, Darren pushed me quite hard. I had a good start, actually. Got up the inside of Aaron, but I had to sort of tighten up to give him a little bit of room. Yeah, so yeah, put me head down from them, really. The car didn't seem to have as much grunt as what the car Darren's driving, but I'm not complaining. I got the result.
Yeah, you got ahead of him in the end. He did get past briefly, didn't he?
He did, yes, he did. Yeah, I don't know if he missed a gear or what happened. I can't remember. I have to look at the video evidence. But it seems hard work driving this car. You know, you have a BMW from last weekend at Croft, which is kind of on rails, and you get one of these. It's kind of adapting your mind to how it all works.
Any chance of catching the top 2 later? Of course, they're in Class C, but there's always a chance.
I don't think so. I think the Mark IIIs have definitely upped their game. Got 2 good drivers at the front there, where the Mark IIs used to be quicker. But yeah, I'm the fastest Mark II driver, so that's say no more, really.
You won your class, that's the main thing, so well done to you. Congratulations indeed, Paul. So there you go, our top 3 from the MR2s. Lots more to look forward to from them a little bit later on, but for now we're going to turn our attention to the first race of the weekend for the RLM Racing Bike Sports Championship.